Hey everyone, it's been a bit, but hopefully you guys have been enjoying the few videos that I've been starting to get out, and I got a lot more content coming out in the near future, so look forward to that as it does drip out. That said, more memories. Wanted to dive back on into more of these since now I've got a bit more time. Today we are going to be covering good old Essex. Now I know a lot of people have a good number of memes about this girl. I mean, for Christ's sake, she is kind of the next generation of the meme girl. I mean, I think Sandy was the original, and then Essex kind of dethroned her on that. I mean, you have the many different faces of Essex. You have drunk Essex, elementary Essex, drunk Essex. Why are there two skins where she talks about being drunk? How many I just realized there's like a third of her skins have her in one way, shape, or form drunk. Look at that face! There's also this one, which, oh, that's actually kind of cute. But it's, yeah, it was kind of a cool skin to see come out. I mean, like all the ones around the, what is it, the Yamaha like partnership they have is really cool to see. Oh, wait, she has two. Okay, no, they're in pairs now. Now that I'm really looking at this, she has two bike skins, two drunk skins. The only two that have nothing in common are these two. Focus me. This is a memory video. This is a memory video. All right, let's dive right on in. All right, Enterprise Trouble. I am not surprised it's called Enterprise Troubles. The Strict Secretary. Port Office. I stayed up way too late last night finishing up the paperwork and ended up oversleeping. Oof. By the time I rushed over to the office, Essex had already begun working. Hey, Essex. Oh, Commander, good morning. You're rather late today. Did something come up? Explain the situation to her. I think that meant to say I explained the situation to her, because that was very I felt like I needed to do like an ad-lib prompt or something. So you were burning the candle at both ends. Commander, as the leader of the fleet and the port, it would be best if you took care of yourself, not just your work. In that regard, helping you manage your schedule is also one of my duties as secretary. You have nothing to worry about. From now on, I will monitor your daily routine from dawn till dusk. With that said, you should immediately attend to today's work. These are the documents that require your review. I've already sorted the majority of them for your convenience. Oh, thanks, Essex. Next, please pay attention to today's itinerary. Conduct training exercises, take inventory on commission rewards, plan out the daily patrols, apply for new research and development projects, and then there's a lot of stuff on this list, but just try to get through things one at a time. Looks like my daily routine from now on will be quite strict. Yeah, that's that's quite lengthy. That's a lot, actually. A gathering of juniors. This is going to be Essex, Princeton, and why do I feel like it's gonna be... Oh, I forget the Royal Navy girl, I think. I forget what her name is. We'll see. Oh, I didn't even read. I'm doing a great job. Essex and I went on a scheduled port patrol in accordance with her itinerary. There's nothing out of the ordinary here. Oh, there's nothing out of the ordinary here. Moving on. Ah, is that Commander? Oh, you know what? Actually, Centaur makes... I wasn't thinking Centaur, but this works too. Elder Essex, good day. Elder, you're that royal carrier Centaur, aren't you? Yes, ma'am. Elder Essex, are you in charge of patrols today? Thank you for your service. I guess I am. Looking after the port is just part of my job. It's really no big deal. I see that you're as dedicated as they say you are, Elder Essex. Sorry for interrupting you then. After greeting us, Centaur left almost as suddenly as she showed up. So that's the girl who calls everyone an elder, huh? As if I deserve a title like that anyway. Essex, are you okay? Oh, okay. I wasn't prepared for that. Port, Sakura dorms. The Sakura Empire dorms, huh? This must be where that woman stays. Congratulations, Essex. You've narrowed that down to everybody. Yo, Commander, are you doing your rounds? Oh, Essex is with you too. Congratulations on becoming the new secretary. I guess that one makes sense. Of course, she's the first one out. Good day, Zuikaku of the Sakura Empire. This is the woman that Enterprise has acknowledged as her rival. Oh. Essex! Good day to you too. Why are you glaring at me like that? Is my hair messed up? Sorry, it's nothing. That reminds me, Essex, you're Enterprise's junior, aren't you? Perfect timing. When you have a chance, can you tell her that I'll be waiting for her in the exercise area over there tomorrow afternoon? Alright, also, gotta tell her I'm not gonna lose to you, okay? She's big. Hey Essex, can you send a message to Enterprise? 1v1 fight me IRL. Never change, Zuikaku. Never change. Anyway, I have to get going. See you later. Zuikaku, before you start thinking about beating Enterprise, you should worry about getting through me first. Essex? Essex. Essex. Enterprise. Okay. Let's go. I'm trying to figure out. I don't know Essex as much as I probably should, to be completely honest. I know she like looks up to Enterprise, so that kind of makes sense. But I don't know her enough for me to have a very good angle at this yet. Maybe this is one of those things that I'll figure out in the end. I don't know. But still, this is one of those things I'm just kind of like, okay. Well, Essex? I guess we'll see how she goes this time. Well, we'll see how she is as this continues. Anyway, port, office. Alright, we're almost done with today's tasks. Commander, once you finish checking this report, we'll be done for the... Knock knock. Pardon me. Enterprise? Oh, I'll go get you some water. So you're the secretary now, Essex. Thanks for the hard work. I'm fine without the water. About tea? Do you drink tea? You don't need to be so tense. I'm just here to give a status update. Anyway, that's the situation. The higher-ups of the Eagle Union have staged an individual mock battle tournament for the carriers. Individual mock battles? Sorry, I guess no one's briefed you about them before. I mean, she's secretary, so the chances of her being able to catch wind of that when they've organized it while she's here, yeah, that kind of makes sense. To keep things short, that's pretty much how it goes. Okay. I do appreciate that they do kind of skip that stuff, but it's still one of those things where I'm like, oh. There was no, like, what do they call it? At least some, like, minor closure on it being like, we spent the next couple minutes talking about the whole plan or whatever. You know. It's fine, but it is what it is. That's much how it goes. So, Essex, are you going to participate? It'd be a good opportunity to show off your specs as a state-of-the-art carrier. In other words, I'll finally have a chance to square off with Enterprise. Please, allow me to join. That's the spirit. I look forward to facing off against you. Same here. I won't go down without a fight. I said all that to sound tough, but I'm going to be facing Enterprise for real. If I don't make the proper preparations, I'm just going to make a fool of myself. Starting tomorrow? No, today. I've got to plan things out. Sorry, Commander, but can I ask you to help me train? And with that, Essex Special Training Regiment began. Oh, here we go. Essex versus Enterprise. Alright, let's see. I'm kind of starting... It weirdly enough, like, I'm gonna be slightly honest, it feels very similar to Hornet's story, where it's like, Hornet looks up, well, granted, not necessarily just to Enterprise, but Hornet is... There is this expectation and just sheer, like, I don't really know how I'm trying to word that. There's like, they have this view of Enterprise, both Hornet and Essex here. I don't know if it's exactly one of the same, because like I said, Hornet looks up to both Yorktown and Enterprise, and then Essex is just Enterprise. But it's still this case where it's like they feel like there's this huge wall that they have to climb just to get on par with them. And they look up to this character. They idolize. Well, maybe not necessarily Hornet. I think Hornet's more. I think this is where it diverges. Hornet kind of wants to be her own person instead of just, oh, it's Enterprise and Yorktown's sister. In the case of like Essex, she wants to stand up there side by side with Enterprise. Not necessarily to beat her, like much like Hazuikaku does, but more in the sense of like, she wants to at least feel as if she is as effective and powerful and capable as Enterprise is. You know, it's not necessarily that she wants the camaraderie of it, she just wants to have that sense of maybe self-worth, maybe? I'm not sure that's the right word. But that's kind of what I've like felt with when it comes so far with Essex and Enterprise here. It's there are some similarities to it with Hornet, but there's also a lot of things that separate the two of them apart, and it's kind of where the two of them pretty much have their own views. So, but yeah, anyway, training area. This is the last round. Congratulations for making it through all of the competition. I'd expect nothing less from you. I would congratulate you too, but you don't seem to have broken a sweat. I'm not like the others though. I'm about to show you what I'm made of, so don't take me lightly. Don't worry, I always give it my all. Come. And... Yep. That immediately went to my head. I'm sorry. Whoa, things are getting intense. It's nice to see them go all out every now and then. How's this? Not bad, but you've still got a long way to go. I've already seen through your attacks. Now it's my turn. That's enough. Whoa, is this a double KO? So it's a draw, huh? I'm not sure how I feel about this result. But your strength is undeniable. Essex, you're really grown a lot. Is this happy Essex, or is she not satisfied with it? I guess this is where I'll figure out how she really is at this point. Essex, what's the matter? What is this? This isn't the result I want. Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm a bit worn out. I'm going to head back to rest first. Essex seemed to be acting strangely. So maybe it is more if she actually wants to feel like... I wonder if it has to do with like her being... I know that we might discover this as we read it, but I kind of like to try to predict it ahead of time. This is just how I am. But I wonder if it's partially, you know, she feels like she's a newer generation, you know, I think as Enterprise said, state-of-the-art carrier. So that has the whole, well, they should be better than her, right? Maybe that's where this is going or something like of that nature. It's fine, but I don't know. I'm kind of that one person where it's like, it's good to be able to compare yourself to others and see, you know, and, you know, make sure you're on the right track or doing the right thing or in a good position. But it's one of those things where it's like, you shouldn't rely on that kind of thing too much. You know, I think the best example I always can make out of this is if you keep comparing yourself to geniuses, you're going to look like an idiot. or you're gonna feel like an idiot. So, I don't know. It's good to use it, but I think there has to be a right balance between doing that and not doing that. So maybe that's where this is gonna go. So anyway, Knots of the Heart, Part 1. Port Office. Ever since the training exercise, Essex hadn't quite been herself. Perhaps it was time to do something about this. Huh? You'd like to take me somewhere to thank me for my service. I'm just doing my job as secretary. There's no need to go out of the way to thank me. Ask her earnestly. That blushing face, though. I know like 3 people that are like, yes, yes, zoom. Actually, I'm really curious how many people do truly like Essex, and I mean like actually oath. We're not gonna talk about Jen. For those that know who that is. I'm talking most people here. Do you guys like Essex? Are you kind of more, you might more like her because of all the memes and everything with her? Or the lemon and the other goofy things? Or are you in the other group that doesn't necessarily like her that much? Or maybe even more than that? But still, I'm actually kind of curious how people feel about Essex as a whole. Not the like ship character, just like how they view her as a character and everything. I kind of actually wish she had more involvement in this story now that I think about it, because it's like, well, yeah, I would just like to see her have more involvement. But then again, I guess she's not really a major character. So anyway, fine, since you're being so insistent. On our next day off, I took Essex into town not far from port. This doesn't feel much different from our usual patrols, just in a different location. I'm sure you have some specific instructions in mind. How do you feel about Enterprise? How I feel about Enterprise? Well, she's a legendary hero of the Eagle Union. After all, everyone admires and respects her, and she's my role model. Even though everyone has always had high expectations for the Essex class, our specifications are just numbers compared to Enterprise's countless battles. That's why I've always wanted to beat her, to prove my own worth and finally gain recognition. Though I've managed to fight her to a draw during the mock battle, I still feel unsatisfied. Surely she was holding back because she still saw me as her junior and didn't want to hurt my pride. I'm not strong enough to earn the recognition of the others, after all. That settles it. I'll just have to train harder when we get back. Then one day, I'll pass up Enterprise and earn everyone's recognition. You're wrong about the, I was gonna say. Conveniently, Enterprise is here. Enterprise? I feel like in this particular sense, yes, it's good for an individual ship to be strong. But at the same time, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, you might be able to do a lot of damage as an individual ship, but if, you as a ship still have weaknesses, like carriers can't really defend themselves from more aggressive ships like a cruiser or a destroyer, it's the strength of your team, not necessarily you individually. You're as strong as your weakest link, I guess, in a way to put it. But still, I feel like it's in a same way where I think she's having this like identity issue, and she, like I was saying earlier, actually, she feels the need to compare herself all the time, which I really feel she shouldn't be doing that. When you have these kinds of thoughts, you've already let your doubts get the better of you. Why are you here, Enterprise? Commander, is this your doing? Indeed, Commander was concerned about the way you were behaving, so we came together. Whether in practice or in live combat, I always give it my all. That is a basic courtesy I owed to my opponents. Enterprise, your growth has been evident to all of us. You could say that the result of the mock battle was within expectations. But let me pose you a question. Are you planning to renounce all the hard work you put in by telling yourself that I didn't try my hardest? Will your burning desire to beat me be quelled with this single draw? Of course not. I already know. Remember, true strength doesn't come from the recognition of others, nor is it a marker on the side of the road for you to pass. True strength is in its pursuit, for your own sake. For my own sake. Essex, I consider you one of my esteemed mentees, as well as one of my few rivals. But the person you must overcome is not me or anyone else, rather it is yourself. Yeah, I was gonna say. Have more confidence in yourself. You still have a lot of untapped potential within you. Wouldn't you agree, Commander? Yeah, I'd say that. Commander, I understand now. Thank you again, Enterprise. Without your guidance, I surely would have continued to lose myself. Commander, thank you as well. However, I still haven't given up on my goal of beating you, Enterprise. That's a good thing, though. I'm not gonna lose to you again, and I'll prove it before that lucky crane does. I'll be looking forward to that day. Essex's smile seemed gentler than usual. The knot in her heart finally seemed to be dissolving. It works, alright? When we're together. Port office. Commander, I've already confirmed the furniture purchase order. All I need now is your seal of approval. The research lab's expenses have been compiled. I'd like to check it against the list we have here, but although managing a fleet is quite complicated, many tasks have become much simpler thanks to Essex's assistance. Alright, we're in a great condition today. Someone's at the door. Come on in, it's unlocked. Pardon me. Enterprise, do you need anything? Can you show me yesterday's commission logs? There's something I wanted to confirm. Give me just a moment. Commander, the logs should be in that stack by your hand. Pass the papers to Enterprise. Appreciate it. Essex, you seem to have changed. Your synergy with Commander has improved as well. Anyway, I'll be heading out now. I've changed? It's probably because of how much time I've spent with you, Commander. Since becoming secretary, I've learned a lot of things, not just about myself, but also about how to deal with others. I feel the same way about you. I mean, I can't really say that. I mean, this is one chapter. Does that include, our relationship? Actually, don't start going in that direction with the conversation and then give us a blushing face. You're gonna give people the wrong idea. Or maybe that's what that's what you're wanting people. Well, I mean, that you can oath her, so there is that. Actually, Commander, sorry, I actually left something in here. Blushes profusely. Oh, I don't. I'm sitting here like I don't. What do I want to actually see? Oh man. Okay. Ever since I did the constant memory thing, I have a feeling there's going to be like one or two of you that's gonna be like, is this one gonna be the next one? Is this one gonna be the next one? I don't know. Is it? I don't know. And it's funny because I'm just sitting here just like, if I did have it for this one, let's see what I like to see. It's like it doesn't necessarily have to be something like funny like this scenario where it's like Enterprise is like, oh, I forgot something, and just like Essex's face is like as red as a tomato. It could be like the draw in their battle or anything. I think there's a lot of like cool parts to it. It doesn't necessarily have to be something that's cute, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm just sitting there just like, man, this would be a really funny scene to see actually illustrated. Hope you guys did like that project, by the way. As I had mentioned, there is a second one in the works. Essex's expression was a strange mix of embarrassment and anger. Enterprise, who was in the process of pushing open the door, awkwardly stopped midway. I'm very sorry for the intrusion. I'll see you two later. Well, I guess stuff like this is bound to happen when we're together. Oh, that was like Interesting. Oh man. Alrighty then. Well. Not gonna lie, that ending was really funny and actually kind of cute. It didn't go the way at all I was expecting that to end, but it was still pretty funny. But no, I think one of the more interesting things here is that, in a weird way, there's a parallel between how Hornet views Enterprise and how Essex views Enterprise. The difference between the two of them is how they want to resolve the images that they have versus Enterprise herself. So Essex wants to prove herself, not just, I mean, her problem was that she wanted to prove herself to herself, but she was thinking that she needed everybody else's recognition first to actually achieve that victory. Whereas I think Hornet just simply wanted to be somebody else, not besides, you know, just Enterprise's sister. So there is the deviation there, but they both had this, like, they had the weight of what who Enterprise is, basically dangling in front of them, or just constantly in their face. So it's a nice twist on it. I'm not going to be surprised if there's going to be times where some of these memories are going to be very similar to others in terms of how the character is, but that's just because it's like, you know, there's 500 plus character, actually no, there's like, what, 700 or so. How many? There's like, what, is it 900? 785. Oh, okay. We're at 785. I'm assuming that that counts retrofits, so we're probably looking at around the 700s. Because I don't think there's that many retrofits. But yeah, it doesn't surprise me that there are sometimes going to be stories like that with the same. That doesn't make them bad. I think the whole thing for Essex was actually kind of interesting. And of course, like I said, the ending itself was kind of cute. So, but no, it was a very decent story. I'll put it that way. So don't worry, I do have more of these planned in the future, and I'm gonna figure out who I want to do next for these. Maybe I'll do a character that I'm more comfortable with. You know, like, you know, a certain twin-tailed redhead girl that is a sweetheart. Yeah, maybe. I'm thinking about it. We'll see. I don't know. I'll figure out how I want to do this, but don't worry. There's going to be more content coming in the future, so I have plans for that. Anyway, it was a good story. Really short, though, but I think that's not necessarily... It told a lot with how little it actually had, which was interesting enough. But it kind of requires that you somewhat are familiar with Essex and Enterprise's, like, dynamic. So I guess that kind of does matter there. But it was still a rather interesting story to read through, so I appreciated that one, definitely. Especially the ending, so. Anyway, hopefully you guys had a good time on this little short video. I don't know if short is 20 minutes. That definitely, or maybe, I don't actually know how much time this is going to be right at the get-go, but hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, and I will see you guys all again in the near future. See you guys all around real soon.